This is the House of Parliament where men and women have sat for decades, making decisions that would affect all our lives. Do they really work in the interests of the people or themselves? They sit at the round tables, trying to decipher which way to turn. Is it left or is it right? Have the people benefited from those decisions? Our people have suffered for far too long. Change should not be a figment of the imagination, but reality. Every boy, every girl, every man, every woman are equally important. The market vendor joyfully sells her produce. The fish vendor skillfully uses his cutlass to cut the fish. Keep on working. Let your smile be your motivation. Build a community of brotherly and sisterly love. Don't give up on your dreams. Surround yourself with positive thinkers. Think big and keep on moving. Keep pushing the envelope. Yes, push that envelope until you have succeeded. You may have made many mistakes, but that is no reason to stop. Don't you dare give up. Get ready for that overflow. Get ready for that breakthrough. The overflow is coming. Showers of blessings. Stay cool. Stay calm. Stay collective. Ride the rough waves of life. Hold on to that rope tightly. Just keep working. Keep moving. Keep believing. Self-motivation. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lies and Deceit. I am your host, Soraya Alexander, better known as Soso. Good night, everyone, and how was your day? I know many of you are aware of that our country is being infested once again because of lack of self-discipline, because of lack of leadership skills, leadership qualities on behalf of this government, because as you know, we already went through a bad stint of COVID, and right now, today, we have 141 new cases, and I think in total we have maybe close to 700 and something active cases. Our country, we look at our leaders. Our leaders lack discipline. Our leaders lack accountability and transparency. When you look at the men and women we have elected into office to govern our country, clearly they are a reflection of the people. I say this because I am taken aback. And I have been speaking in August. It's going to be like a year. I have been speaking to the people of St. Lucia. And it's like people are set in their ways. People condone wrongdoing. People love to embrace what is wrong. People in our country do not like to stand for righteousness. And tonight, I am going to show you, right, what the mainstream media refuses to show you or refuses to explain to you. It is okay. What they do in this country, what they do, they hate right? They hate people for no reason, because someone who believes that their mouth is the loudest and the biggest, that they have the right to come and spew garbage and talk and talk and talk and talk. But tonight I am going to show you, and if I have shown you on Wednesday about the St. Jude Hospital, and tonight I'm going to show you something else. And if you want to continue in your vein of thinking in the way you've been thinking for donkey years, that is your business. But our country is in trouble, and we cannot allow that to happen. Now, before I move any further, as usual, I will play the coffee video for you so you could understand how to purchase the coffee, and I'll give my greetings and my different stuff. But you need to listen attentively to what I'm going to show you. The proof, I'm going to show you everything. And this is why the United Workers' Party lost. They lost because they were asleep in terms of debunking the lies. I am here to debunk a big lie tonight. So anyway, the coffee video.
Hello everyone. Today we'll be learning how to show your support for Soraya Alexander through memberships and coffees. Okay, so first up guys, you need to keep this link in mind, buymeacoffee.com/Soraya Alexander. So let's go on and head on to the site. So of course you are greeted with Miss Alexander Buy Me a Coffee page. You'll scroll down to the bottom where you'll see support or membership. So of course the support option is to purchase your coffee. So we don't want to purchase 1, 3 or 5, we want to purchase a custom amount. So we'll put it right here and select 10. So of course for you guys who like to be anonymous, the name and say something nice option is optional to you. So if you would like to do that, you can, or do as you please. But in this case, I'm going to be entering a name. And I'm going to be saying something nice. I'm going to say, love your show. Keep it coming. All right. And also we know some of you have messages that you don't intend for everyone to see. So you can simply select the option, make this message private. So we're going to go ahead and press the support button. On the support page, you are greeted with the email and card number. So of course you go ahead, we're going to put johndoe@hotmail.com, and in this case we're going to be using a dummy card number, but in your case you will enter your real valid card number. So of course you put your month, your year and the CVC of your card, and of course you will select the I'm not a robot option for verification. So this is simply how you go ahead and purchase your coffee. Simple. So now guys, we're going to go ahead and get a membership. So as you could see, we have different levels of membership. So you can choose what you like, whichever one you prefer. You go ahead and select that. So you just press the join button and then you're greeted whether you want to take that membership per month or per year. So we're going to go ahead and start filling in our details. We're going to put our email, johndoe@hotmail.com. And in this case, your name is required. So, and your email, so we're going to go ahead and put a name. We're going to put John Doe, and we are going to see something nice. We're going to see love your show. Now, like before, as we saw guys, you have the option to make this message private. So you could just go right here, tick, and that message is private. So of course you press the join, and then you go ahead and you enter your card and so on and so on. And of course you verify that you are not a robot. Now on this page you also have the option, because I know some of you guys may want to take more than the allotted membership, so you can simply use the free option, predefined options for you, and add it 5, 10, 15, whatever as you wish. Okay, so guys, this is actually the full tutorial. This is how you go ahead and purchase your coffee. This is how you go ahead and purchase your membership. So I want to say thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope this video was as informative as it could be. This was Akeem Ernest. See ya.
Okay, and we're back. So here you have it, how to go ahead to purchase your coffees. And Let me just say thank you. You know, before I came on the show, someone bought me many coffees. Thank you. And the person said, continue the good work. And my girl Maggie, also bought coffees. Thank you so much. And the last show, Ferlin Joseph also bought coffees, and she said, bring it on, so, and thanks for helping us in the diaspora. My job is really to bring out the truth here and nothing but the truth. And tonight I am really, you know, it is really saddened. It's really sickening. It is sickening that in St. Lucia we do not have a medium where people will put politics aside, whether you yellow, whether you green, whether you black, whether you red. They are not putting politics aside to bring out the truth. Now, why I am a little irate tonight, and the reason why I'm irate, because when we have media houses or politicians or people who are supposed to know better change the narrative to suit themselves or a government, it hurts the average citizen. It doesn't do good to anybody. It hurts the average citizen. And my role is, and let me tell you something, you know, today is really, really like a blessing day for me. It's really a blessing day. I'm talking to you tonight, my ears are kind of blocked. If you hear me a little nasal, it's because of the weather and everything else, but I have a job to do and I am here. And I'm telling you, God is so good because people are watching. I'll say the hellos and the hi and everything in a while, but people are watching and listening to Soraya Alexander. People of stature. People way up there. I got a note that a senator, right, of the U.S. government was listening to my show. I got that. And also, you cannot believe that the lies and deceit will continue because people are saying there is one woman on a crusade to get the truth out. Because as I've always said, I want nothing from political parties. I'm here to do a job, and when it's done, I leave, I go, I cut, I gone. And when people realize that so really wants to bring out the truth, information lands in her lap, put up, and it was somebody of stature who knows what's going on. Drop that information in my lap. A lot of people will not come out to talk because of the victimization and everything, but I am here. So buy the coffee for me. You're not making me rich with coffee, because trust me, I was not well today. I wasn't. But I stayed in front of that computer, getting information, putting information here, there, and everywhere to come and show you the truth. Because nobody is doing it. And people telling me, oh, have your show for people to call in. My show ain't no call-in show. My show is a show to bring truth and life to you. And how many people doing that? So I want to say goodnight to my YouTubers. I see you are there. Thank you, Alma, Twin Peters, Oswan, Gloriana, my boy Troy. Oh, y'all in the hundreds on YouTube. Thank you for watching. And please ask your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As I've said, we have more things coming on. And let me say hi to my girl Anisha. You see me, people are rolling wireless. Thanks, Anisha. Thank you so kindly for my nice wireless device. And also, let me say hi to Ashley, Emmanuel, Roslyn, Hyacinth, Villain, Juliana, and all of you there. Hi, Miriam, where are you? Let me say hi to all of you, and thanks for joining me tonight. And yes, I think so too. Zephyrin Mitchell said, so you and Guy Joseph will make a great team. I believe that too. I really believe we'll make a good team, and we will just put them plat down, plat à terre. Now, people, as I have said, somebody say if I want to be rich on coffee. Yeah, I want to be rich on coffee, so go buy the coffees. They're jealous of my coffee. All what? And let me tell you, the people in TV land, GVD TV, Flow 115, my senior citizens, you know I love y'all. Y'all always asking for me to come on. I am here tonight. How are y'all doing? I love y'all. And also remember, you know, someone called me today and said they would like to sponsor another day of my show on GVD TV Flow 115. So you see, you'll be seeing this pretty little face again twice a week on your station. The day we're looking at is Monday, so we're working out stuff. So you will be seeing me Monday and Wednesdays as long as we finalize everything. So I would like to shout out my sponsor who do not want me to say who he is. I will not say who you are, darling, but thank you. And I hope that God continue blessing your business and believing in me. I love the fact people look at me. This is just a bold-faced, honest lady. Let us do what we have to do to help her. Don't get jealous of so-so. Because what I am doing here is God give me the gift and the talent to do it. This may not be your gift. This may not be your talent. Your talent may be something else. So don't be jealous of what I'm doing here. I am me. What you see is what you get. So I want to tell all of y'all that I love y'all. But tonight I am going to show y'all, I'm going to debunk a lot of bullshit. And I want to say thank you to the person who gave me that information. Somebody sent me a message and the person say, "You look good. You look like you handling that flu okay." I tried. Thanks, my darling. I will not mention your name. But thanks. Now, people, let's get down to business. So before I give y'all the real meat of the matter, we are going to have COVID carnival, you know. Take a look. We are going to have COVID carnival. We just had 114 people who contracted the virus. And we have 722, and these men and women right now, we are going to have COVID carnival. Where is the order in there? Let me tell you, after I show you what I have to show you tonight, there is no order in St. Lucia. No order. Disorder. And when I debunk the loudmouth minister, I hope y'all don't go back crying and say, sir, I always there talking things. No, I just come with my receipts. I do not just come and talk crap. Look how you can tell me that we every day we pack in 100 and something, but in July we are going to have COVID carnival. Something is wrong. Something is not right in this country. Something is not right. You can remove it, Mr. Producer. Now, my people, I really want to explain something to you. Politicians are not your God. Politicians should not rule your life. Now, our media houses refuse. If you look at what the media houses were saying in terms of Alan Chastanet. Now, Alan Chastanet, God has vindicated you time and time again. Today was a day of miracles, and somebody else bless me with a nice basket of all sorts of fruits, all sorts of things, vegetables. Thank you. May the Lord continue to bless you. Today was a very powerful day for me, despite I was not too well. Today was a powerful day. Now, let me tell you all something. I know convention is coming in June, right? You will vote or whatever. I'm not a member of any political party, but as I said, everybody know I lean towards the United Workers' Party. And not because I lean towards them that if they do bullshit, I ain't going to call them out. I will call them out. Now, imagine Alan Chastanet is the poster boy for hate in this country. We remember the Duga situation where they were saying, and I heard the lady, and I'm telling you, our mentality, I am taking it to a next level, and who vex lose, I really don't care. We need to change our mentality in this country. If we do not change our mentality in this country, politicians are going to continue to run us. Alan Chastanet, there was this situation in Duga where the houses were demolished, and Alan Chastanet was blamed by the people, by the lady, and also by Richard Frederick. Alan Chastanet was blamed as to not doing anything to help out the people of Duga. But you know what? I am here. That's why I tell you all, go buy the coffees, because I am here to expose the truth. If I went and I looked, in me not feeling well today, I went and I looked at the various clips, and the various clips were showing, did not come out and show you the root cause, the meat of the matter and what was done. It showed as if Alan Chastanet did nothing to help. It showed like Alan Chastanet did nothing to help. But I am going to show you the lies and the deceit. But before I go to the lies and deceit, I need you to listen to what the lady said. Then I will play what Richard Frederick said, and then I will debunk and show you the truth, what the media never did. So sit back and listen to the day 2 of controversial demolition in Duga. I will show you what they're not showing you.
Friday marked the second day on the job for the demolition crew tasked with tearing down family houses following the end of an almost 4 decades-long land dispute in Duga, Miku. There were flare-ups at times, but the police were present to ensure that things were kept relatively under control. The displaced families of Duga looked on in hopelessness and rage as the men went to work destroying what took years to build and represents a lifetime of investment for the families. The children, now rendered homeless, seemed at pains to understand the dismantling of their homes. Barbara Doxey, whose house was down to be demolished on Friday, said notices were served on the 2nd of May. She says her family had occupied the land for about 100 years. Their inability to afford a lawyer, she says, turned the tide against them.
My father born here, and he's 85 years. And these people came and invaded this land. So they asked to live before that, but I never live and I will not buy what is mine. And I will not pay rental for it neither, because they asked to do that. I will not, they demolish it. There's a boundary at the back there. I'll just step a few steps further and I'll still be around there.
Vanessa Joseph says the former administration is to be blamed for their plight.
It's Alan Chastanet you should be questioning right now. He was the one who took it to cabinet. He should know how it went. I do not know. Just ask Alan Chastanet. Crumpton was there, he didn't take it to cabinet. King was there, he didn't take it to cabinet. Kenny was there, no cabinet. As 5 years under Alan Chastanet and it's into cabinet. So ask Alan Chastanet questions. We cannot answer questions. We don't know what's going on.
How could a government be responsible for carrying out a court order was not immediately clear. News Force sought to contact the former Prime Minister for clarification, but our calls went unanswered. Barbara Doxey says the justice system failed the families.
The justice system is not fair. It is not fair. It's because of not having a lawyer, they cannot accept you in the High Court.
This couple was snuggling in the sunshine despite their home being torn down before their very eyes. Their reaction a sign of resignation perhaps, as day 2 of the demolition task saw the more challenging concrete structures being taken apart. Margaret Jean-Pierre says with her house demolished and her possessions exposed to the elements, she is grateful for love and life.
Well, I still have because I'm still alive. I still have breath, so life goes on.
For close to 40 years, the two families, Xavier's on one side and Jean-Pierre's on the other, had battled to establish legal ownership of this disputed land. The losing family, the Jean-Pierre's, are being evicted from the land their families have occupied for longer than living memory. Property, they believe, rightfully belongs to them, but the High Court has decided otherwise in this winner-takes-all dispute. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
Now, my people, this is not exceptional reporting, and this is why I tip my hat to Dale Elliott, because our reporters in St. Lucia are lazy. They are very lazy. You need to dig to understand the situation. Now, the young lady is blaming Alan Chastanet, saying there was a cabinet conclusion. Now, a lot of reckless statements is being made, and the reporters are not asking the pertinent questions. They let what the people say filter out there for everybody to believe what they want. The lady said Alan Chastanet had a cabinet conclusion in court, right? She is saying Alan Chastanet had a cabinet conclusion in court. A cabinet conclusion, sorry, not in court, in their meetings, and that's not true. There has never been any cabinet conclusion. There has never been any cabinet conclusion, but the media is going to give you their story, so it is pointing at Alan Chastanet. My lady, Alan Chastanet had nothing to do with your saga. Absolutely nothing. And we have this reporter, you see what they like. They do not like to go at the bottom of the barrel to see what is there. They want the clean water at the top. You have to go at the bottom. But tonight I will show you this man, Richard Frederick, who came. I am here to debunk you, and this is why I'm telling y'all, you need to support my show. You really need to support it. They have other people supporting it in a big way, making sure I'm staying on GVD TV Flow 115. Y'all support with the coffee so we can continue. I am going to debunk Richard Frederick, but I am going to play, and I'm going to show you all the receipts. I'm going to show you everything. I am going to play for you what Richard Frederick said on the land issue, blaming Alan Chastanet.
It's a really sad state of affairs for all those families who live in Duga in Miku South, the constituency of the ex-Prime Minister. This matter, from all indications, had been before the court for over 10 years, and persons that built their houses, wall and wooden, invariably believing that they had an ancestral right to occupy. Sadly, the court found otherwise. They had gone to the rep, from all indications, they had gone to the rep, the ex-Prime Minister, who, in my view, could have done something to avoid the situation which recently transpired, but he did absolutely nothing. What he ought to have done was to acquire the land and regularize the occupation by those persons. Today, 30 families, including children, are homeless. And I mean, this is a situation that requires urgent attention. And I'm sure that from a governmental standpoint, whatever we as a government can do to assist those people, we will. But had the ex-Prime Minister done what he had to do, had he expressed a show of humanity by the acquisition of that property and regularization of the occupation, I don't think we would have been confronted with such a situation today. It's sad, but this government will help.
Yes, my people. Flo is starting to play with the Wi-Fi again. Whenever we come on, they're playing with it. But you know, what can we really do about Flo? We really can't do anything about them. It's their network, so they will drop, they will do whatever, and they're messing with our Wi-Fi tonight. But the truth is still going to go out there. And if you look at all the other shows, they're not dropping. It's only mine is dropping. So Flo is indeed playing with my service. And as I've always said to everybody, I have the highest package. I'm paying them $160 a month. I don't owe them. But I have also signed up with Elon Musk, Starlink, and it's going to be satellite internet. So as soon as he comes to St. Lucia, I get my boxes, whatever I have to get, I will not be having that issue again. Maybe my guests who may be still with Flo may experience that issue. But Flo is deliberately and messing up our Wi-Fi because I am here to bring truth. If I was lying, maybe they would let my internet stay strong because I am way above requirements for my show to go forward, but the truth must go on. Now, my people, we saw what Richard Frederick said there, okay? That 10 years this has been going on. Number one, that's a lie. Debunk. This has been going on forever. Okay? I came with receipts. Then he said that Alan Chastanet did nothing for the people, right, while he was Prime Minister. And this is why I am here tonight, to show you the proof that this government won on lies and deceit. This is what they won on, lies and deceit. And nobody in the United Workers' Party debunked them. But I'm an independent person, independent body. I am here to debunk the lies. Think clearly. If St. Lucians are thinking clearly, he said 10 years, but we know it's not 10 years. Kenny Anthony was in office before Alan Chastanet. Why didn't he say Kenny Anthony was in office? He didn't do anything. But what they want to put out there in the minds of the people, imagine they have won. They have won the 2021 general election, but they have been in campaign mode from the time they took office. They have been in campaign mode. Because how can you tell me that you are saying Alan Chastanet could have bought the lands, but I will show you all tonight. And the thing about it, St. Lucians, my people are making me ashamed. You know why? Because it shouldn't be about color. We shouldn't have any one person filling the airways with garbage. They filled the airways with garbage during election and now filling the airways with garbage about Alan Chastanet. And the land, our media, our journalists, all of them are a bunch of lazy reporters. Now I am going to show you some receipts I have here. I am going to show you some receipts I have here. Now let me tell you something. Be honest in all that you do, right? Because people from all walks of life are going to reach out to you and trust you and give you information. Now, let us go to Exhibit 1. Okay, my people. Alan Chastanet was blamed. Alan Chastanet was blamed for not intervening in the Duga land matter. But you see, the reason why St. Lucians just jump in the bouillon and be part of the bouillon is because they do not seek clarification or they do not seek explanation. And this is from the High Court. And someone reached out to me, a legal professional high up, reached out to me to give me the information. So as you can see, this is a judgment, and the judgment was in 2005. Okay, so we can see the appearances were Peter Foster and Rene Centros for claimant, right? And then we see Dexter Theodore for the defendant. That was in 2005, May 31st, June 10th. Judgment. So stay with me as I read for you. Now, the person who owned all that land in the Bacchanal, and they are blaming Alan Chastanet, is Adelina Louisy, the late Mrs. Adelina Louisy. Okay, can we zoom it in? Okay, so J. Shanks is the judge. In 1989, Adelina Louisy was registered as owner of 12 acres parcel of land which had formed part of the Doshun estate in the quarter of Mikud. In 1991, she brought a claim for possession against the defendants who were in occupation of a 4-section of land and obtained judgment in default of defense. So she obtained judgment in default of defense. That simply means the defendants did not show up to court. Let's carry on. The defendants have never given possession, and the judgment has never been enforced. The claimant, who is her son and administrator of her succession, applies for permission to enforce the judgment by a writ of possession. The defendants resist the application and themselves apply for compensation for improvement they have carried out under Article 372 of the Civil Code. Okay, you can remove this one. So I'm taking you step by step, and I will show you how the St. Lucia Labour Party, why y'all voted these people for, I have no idea. So basically, Mrs. Louisy, this is Mrs. Louisy, she was the one claiming her 12 acres of land, right? And there was a judgment in default because the defendants never showed up. That's where we start. Exhibit number 2. Okay. So we're on exhibit number 2 now. The dispute over the land between the claimant and defendants, respective families, arose in the late 1970s or early 1980s. Alan Chastanet was nowhere to be found. Adelina Louisy was registered as owner of the land on 28th August 1989. The default judgment for possession was entered on 4th September 1991. The judgment was set aside by Matthew J. on 9th October 1991. Mrs. Louisy appealed to the Court of Appeal, and the appeal was allowed by consent on 29th January 1992. Save that the attorneys for the parties were Henry Girardi and Vellon John respectively. Nothing is known about what led to that consent order. Y'all see nothing yet. I am going to show y'all who the St. Lucia Labour Party really is. And Sir John Compton is in his grave. He must be turning now because he was really the father of the nation. So stay there and see the lies and the deceit that is being peddled by Richard Frederick. Let us go to exhibit number 3. Now, exhibit number 3 is about to blow your brains. I want you to stay there. Read carefully. You can read yourself. You're not bois. Read for yourself, but I shall also read. Between January 1992 and September 1995, the Louisy family kept asking the defendants to leave the land and stop building on it, and also offered to sell the land to them for $3 per square foot. Okay? But nothing was done to enforce the default judgment until a summons was issued on 4th September 1995 for leave to issue a writ of possession, okay? Enforcement under Order 666, Rule 32 of the Old Rules of Procedure. On January 17th, 1996, there was a hearing of the summons at which the government stated through counsel, listen to me well tonight, I want you to listen to me, Richard Frederick, that want to blame Alan Chastanet, and y'all on the live, take notes, listen, read, this is a judgment, and listen to what it is saying. Listen carefully, and you will tell me if the St. Lucia Labour Party government is for you. Okay, let us go, and you will see. On January 17th, 1996, there was a hearing of the summons at which the government stated through counsel that it proposed to acquire the land compulsory for the defendants and compensate Mrs. Louisy. The defendants were staying on 4 acres of land out of the 12 acres. There was, listen well, he said, he tried and pin it on Alan Chastanet. Alan Chastanet just became prime minister in 2016. The lies and deceit is what have these people in government. But Mwelapu debunk yo. Okay, there were advertisements of the government intention placed in the Gazette for 23rd and 30th March 1996. So the government back then, which was Sir John, he had agreed to acquire the land from Mrs. Louisy, right, for the defendants. Let's go. This is why I'm telling you, the journalists in St. Lucia, they're lazy. They do not go and research and investigate to bring truth to a matter, because everybody just like the welele, the la la la, and the bakanda. Nobody wants the truth. That's what they like. Okay, so we're going on. Mr. Foster for Mrs. Louisy wrote to the Attorney General on 18th April 1996 indicating her general agreement to the proposal, but also pointing out that there were parts of the whole parcel on which members of the Louisy family were living, and also stating that she did not wish to sell to the 3rd or 4th defendant, but would consider compensating them. There was some further correspondence ending with a letter from the Attorney General dated 16 September 1996. In 1997, there was an election. A new government came to power, and the idea was dropped. And the idea was dropped. Look it. Millie. Look it. The information. Go take it out, sweetie. The information is there. I come with receipts to show. that Sir John Compton back then, the man had a heart for the people. The man cared for his people. And so John Compton was in dialogue with Adelina Louisy, Mrs. Louisy, to purchase the land for the defendant. Okay? Because what Mrs. Louis is saying is that they are occupying 4 acres of her land, which is not theirs, and she has 12 acres of land. So in 1996, I will show you other things. In 1996, Sir John was willing to acquire the land. But in 1997, something else happened. In 1997, government change. UWP lost the election, and y'all want to look at me and tell me a St. Lucia Labour Party is for the people? The United Workers' Party, that under Sir John Compton, Alan Chastanet, they were for the people of St. Lucia. They were for the people of St. Lucia. So when you have Richard Frederick come in and tell you, right? When you have Richard Frederick come in and tell you, and I will show you more, that the government didn't do anything. Alan Chastanet is out of that. So John tried, but he lost the election. But what did SLP did? They sit and they ask. Exhibit number 4. Did I do exhibit number 3? Let me see. Okay. Right. In March 1996, the government published in the St. Lucia Gazette a notice. Somebody tag Richard Frederick for me, because, and those journalists, those lazy journalists, tag them for me, please. Also tag all politicians, tag them, because I will be on their case like white on rice. Tag Richard Frederick for me, because I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired of St. Lucians continue to listening to the lies and deceit, because some of them may think they are a lawyer or they this, that they can fool people. No, no, no. I am here to demurti and debunk them. So when Richard Frederick was saying all the rubbish about government should acquire, and we have Gibeon and Joachim going and stand up with the people, they need to take a back seat with the bullshit. Now, in March 1996, the government published, and in 1996, Sir John was the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. In March 1996, the government published in the St. Lucia Gazette a notice of intended acquisition under the compulsory acquisition ordinance in respect of all of the appellant's land. That is the 12 acres referred to at paragraph 1 above. So, 1996, Sir John, in his wisdom, decided to acquire the land. But let's move on, people. Between March 1996 and April 1997, there seems to have been considerable communication between the appellant meaning the claimant, and the government of St. Lucia on the subject of the acquisition of the occupied portion. So the occupied portion is 4 acres that they are on, right? But the lady has her 12 acres, but people are on her 4 acres. Sir John, in his wisdom, decided that he will dialogue with the lady in order to purchase the 4 acres on behalf of the defendant. Tag Richard Frederick. These politicians must stop lying. Tag him. In 1997, 1997, there was a general election. Tag Richard Frederick for me, please. Tag Richard Frederick for me, please. In 1997, there was a general election in St. Lucia and the government changed. Now listen carefully to the last lines. From that time, there seems to have been no further interest by the government in the acquisition of the occupied portion. Tag Richard Frederick when he wants to blame Alan Chastanet. And this is how they won the election. They won the election on lies and deceit because St. Lucians are quick to believe a lie. They will not think for themselves. Tag him for me, please. Tag Richard Frederick for me, please. Tag him. Yes, Philippa, we are exposing all their lies and deceit. But listen to these people. They claim that Alan Chastanet, is responsible. They claim that the United Workers' Party is an uncaring government. However, who stopped the process? It was in the Gazette. However, when Kenny Anthony came into office, when Kenny Anthony won, discussions on that were done. No discussions again. Everything went away. No discussions on that. But yet they want to blame Alan Chastanet. I brought receipts for you tonight to see. So y'all will be able to see. And this is what the media had to do. Because I look at all the other reports. They're showing you things from 2012 and to whatever. Right? But they never went to show you that Sir John, God rest his soul, had plans to acquire the 4 acres where these people are not on. And then we have this lady, this lady is saying, Alan Chastanet, cabinet conclusion, she want to blame everybody. Lady, they invited y'all to come to court. You never show up. She said she didn't have a lawyer. Whether you have a lawyer or not, for those who don't know in St. Lucia, whether you have a lawyer or not, you can still show up in court and represent yourself. Or the judge or the magistrate, whoever will give you a lawyer or somebody to represent you. So right now, it is as a result of right? Thank you, Mary. It is as a result of not going to court that they lost the land. So right now, this thing has been dragging and it was appealed. The first judge, Shranks, did not grant, because there was a judgment in 1991 for Mrs. Louisy to acquire all her land from them. But the judge, in his wisdom, which is fair, because the law is supposed to be fair. A judge, and usually, if you all do not know that, a judge usually go to the side of the defendant if the defendant is not there to give this person time to come. So this judge was saying in his wisdom, we cannot go ahead with the judgment because the defendants never showed up. So since the defendants never showed up, the judge said he cannot go ahead with the judgment. So Mrs. Louisy appealed it. And it went to the appeal court, and today this is the result of it. But yet, this man, Richard Frederick, wants to blame Alan Chastanet. I am opening your eyes. You all better start thinking and realize that this country is filled with men and women leading us who are deliberately not speaking the truth to the people of St. Lucia. And I am here to expose the lies and deceit. And this lady, I heard this lady also. This lady went on another show and she was blaming Alan Chastanet again. But you have seen it there for yourself tonight. You have seen it, and people, and let me tell you, some of you, my St. Lucian people, it's time you start thinking highly of yourself. Politicians ain't nothing. It's time you start thinking highly of you, because all you're good for is to listen to the bacchanal and the mépris of politicians. And Alan Chastanet and them need to get a bulldog PR, and I already tell them that I'm an independent person. They need to get a bulldog PR to deal with things like that. The lies and deceit. So you see, put back that last exhibit again. Put back that last exhibit, darling. Let us go to that. Let us go back to the last exhibit. So I am reading it for you again for those in the back to hear. I am reading it loud and clear for those in the back to hear. Take your, I know some of y'all don't like to read, so take screenshots. Come on, take the screenshots so that you can share with your friends. Take the screenshots. Oh, my YouTube's is over 200. Wow. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Welcome all of you. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to read again. In March 1996, the government published in the St. Lucia Gazette a notice of intended acquisition under the Compulsory Acquisition Ordinance in respect of all of the appellant's land, meaning the claimant, Mrs. Louise, that is the 12 acres referred to at paragraph 1 above. Between March 1996 and April 1997, there seems to have been considerable communication between the appellant and the government of St. Lucia on the subject of the acquisition of the occupied portion. From that time, there seems to have been no further interest by the government in the acquisition of the occupied portion. You can remove it. So please tell Richard Frederick, when he is coming for Alan Chastanet, right? When he is coming for Alan Chastanet, tell him to go for Kenny. Because when they won the election, as you have seen in the judgment, so it simply means that in his wisdom, Sir John realized that that would have escalated into serious problems. So he stepped in, and Mrs. Louise was in communication with him and with the proposals and everything, and she was fine. But when the St. Lucia Labour Party won, everything just went downhill. And St. Lucians, these are the men and women you vote to represent you. And today and tomorrow, you want to come and cry. And the lady in the video who was talking about Sir John, nobody didn't do anything. You need to apologize to Alan Chastanet. You need to apologize to Sir John's family or whatever, because what you said was a lie, because Sir John was indeed doing something for y'all. Alan Chastanet couldn't do nothing for y'all. How can he do anything? It was in the court's hand. The lady appealed her case. But despite she had appealed it, Sir John in 1996 decided, okay, he's going to buy the land, but then he lost the election. And since you right now, put the picture with Gibeon and Joachim up for me, please. Put them up for me, please. Meteo up. So imagine them fellas. Let me tell you, I'm here to warn y'all. I am here to warn y'all. These fellas, look at them. The St. Lucia Labour Party, as I have always said to you all, and I make no bones about it, they are very crafty in what they do, very crafty in their style. You cannot tell me you love me only when I'm in a situation. You have to love me all the time. You have to love me in the good. You have to love me in the indifferent. You have to love me in the bad. But they're showing up like Batman and Robin. Right? Joachim, Henry, and Gibeon Ferdinand showing up like Batman and Robin. I want to know, and this is what I want y'all to start to think. Lucians are not thinking. And I'm thankful for that legal mind that sent me this information. Because they realize that even if I may have a party, but I call out the bullshit square and fair. Y'all continue voting for these people, and look at what Gibeon is writing. Gibeon, let me ask you a question. Isn't Gibeon from Mikud South? When his party won in 1997, he didn't know of the Roro. Where was he? Right? All of them that on Chastanet's back, didn't you know about the Roro? Didn't you know about the bacchanal that was going on? And you come in like Batman. Gibeon is Batman. Joachim is Robin. They come in and they standing up by this. Your government, your SLP government is responsible for the people being in that nasty mess. They are the ones responsible. And this is what the media houses refuse to do. Go and investigate from the root. Don't start from the middle, because what I'm giving you there is the root, so you understand what happens after that. And look at Gibeon, right? Batman and Robin, they're rich. Let me tell you, if I'm drowning, I even want y'all to save me, because y'all wings might break while y'all put your cape on. Y'all cape might just sink in the water. No, don't come and save me, hypocrites. So Gibeon, just give me 1 minute, people. Let me drink some water. I'm very nasal tonight. So on May 17, Gibeon Ferdinand writing, and they're trying to make themselves look good. As long as so there, I'm making y'all look bad. Because do not come and pontificate yourselves as if it is y'all that are God. You know, y'all are the best thing. No, I am going to cut y'all down to size. What the media is not doing, I am going to do it. Because you know why? I hate to see injustice. And injustice with, I don't care if Alan Chastanet have money. I don't care if he's white. I don't care if he's leader, prime minister. I just hate injustice. And I had to show y'all out for who y'all are. Hey, Gibeon Ferdinand. Following my weekend visit, I paid a follow-up visit to the Duga community in Mikud South earlier today. This time, I was accompanied by my colleagues, MP for Mikud North, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, and Minister for Equity, Honorable Joachim Henry.
We want our country and our lives to return to normal.
And then they went on, I was pleased with our interactions with both sets of families involved. We now look forward to the interventions that will bring about needed relief. So hot! So hot! These people get me mad. I was pleased with our interactions with both sets of families involved. We now look forward to the intervention that will bring about much needed relief to all those affected by the recent demolition. Our government remains committed to putting you first. So hot! Who the hell y'all putting first? So hot! Who the hell you put in first? Who the hell you put in first? You saying you will put them first. Our government. Listen, our government. So John Compton, in 1996, these people were already going to be compensated in terms that Sir John was acquiring the land and then SLP won. Why didn't the reporters went in and dig? Why didn't they go in the court documents? Because the court documents came to me. Why didn't y'all go and research to see that it is the same Sohot's government, St. Lucia Labour Party, it is the same Sohot's party that caused these people to be in that mess? Because when they came in 1997, they had no interest in it. Take me to court, say I lie, because it's in the court order I have the judgment from the St. Eastern Caribbean High Court. Y'all can't take me to task because y'all are a bunch of liars. Lies and deceit. Lies, and now you come in. Y'all come in like Robin, Batman and Robin. Oh, our government. Y'all ain't put nobody first. St. Lucians. They have never put you first since 1997. Because if they had put you first, and from what I understood, these people are St. Lucia SLP supporters. I don't care who supporters they are. I just put in right where right is, wrong where wrong is. I don't care who they're supporting. But putting things in perspective, they are St. Lucia Labour Party supporters, and y'all sat your asses there in 1997, and y'all didn't assist them. And the lady want to come and blame Chastanet like Chastanet not in that. Leave the damn man out of that. Lies and deceit. He just come. Chastanet only came. As far as I'm concerned, Chastanet governed for 3 years because 2 years COVID gave him an uppercut. So in the 3 years, if you have to examine what he did well. And the 2 years, COVID beat him up, but yet still he was able to put measures in place that we survived. So when y'all are telling me you are going to defame and hate a man because of his colors and because of lies and deceit, and this jackass come in and say that Alan Chastanet is responsible, man, shut up and sit down, so hot. And y'all Lucians, y'all sip and situes, pani volley, a lot of y'all situes, because I can never support wrong. I can never support wrong. I will not do it, not now, not ever. I'm not even supporting it for myself. So it's not for people I will support it. You know, and y'all there like a bunch of citoyens. Y'all there, citoyen, SLP, citoyen Richard Frederick. And I have to come for y'all. Let me show y'all. I come in for, let me tell y'all something. Remember I told you about the great Ponzi scheme, St. Jude? Our housing scheme is going to be another Ponzi scheme because I ain't know what the hell going in St. Lucia. And I read some of your comments under my page, and I'm telling you, I am so ashamed. I am so ashamed of my people. Ask people about me. That's why my friends say, when people interfere with so-so, they're like, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know so-so. Ask my friends about me that know me. From a child, I have always been like that. I've always been straightforward to the point, and maybe that's why people don't like me, because maybe they prefer me to lie and say what they want me to say, but I will not do that. I will continue being me. Now, let me tell you, people, let us look at 3 pictures a young man sent me from Dennery South, and I will tell you why they are going to continue fooling. The St. Lucia Labour Party is going to continue fooling the people of St. Lucia, because the people of St. Lucia do not care. They do not care. Let me tell you, there are so many young people. A lot of these young people, they love the anti-social. I'll tell you all that boldface. A lot of the young people love the anti-social. Let me tell you why they love the anti-social. Because I support them. I have young people, and I see how brilliant both my young sons are. So there's no way I will fight down young people. I will not do that. We have to understand them. Right? And a young man sent that for me. Tell me, Auntie Soso, look at this. So I had to ask him, what is this? Where is this? He said, Auntie Soso, this is what they are building in Dennery South for some people. And he said to me, he could not believe what he was seeing. When they started to build those houses, he said, that cannot be true. They're not going to be building this, right? But then he said he waited, and I really appreciate that about him. He said he waited, right? He waited to see what was happening. But when he waited 3 weeks before he took the pictures, and then he said he realizes his houses they were building for people. My heart broke and my heart sunk. We have many people in St. Lucia that I myself don't know what to say. We had people of St. Lucia, please, let us not go back. Please, people of St. Lucia, I am pleading with you. It have nothing to do with political parties. But I am pleading with you tonight, people of St. Lucia. The St. Jude Hospital was a Ponzi scheme. The housing scheme of St. Lucia is starting to look just like the St. Jude's Ponzi scheme. $10 million was allocated. I am going to walk you through what I am saying. $10 million was allocated to the housing ministry for housing. Now, if $10 million is allocated for housing, I need to find out from the planning authorities, do we have a building code in St. Lucia? Because St. Lucia is combating climate change. So I want to know if it is okay for anybody to build anything with that $10 million. So in essence, people are going to be getting not decent houses, but they are going to be getting foul cages for them to live in. Where is the accountability and the transparency and the prudency in terms of that $10 million? The houses that have to be built, should they not be approved by the DCA? Because in Barbados, Mia Motley did a housing scheme for her teachers and the police officers, and they had all their plans. They were approved by the DCA. There was proper roadway. There was proper amenities, water, sewage. What is going on here? Who is going to bail the cat? Because this is $10 million of our money. We are taxpayers. We're going to pay for it somehow, somewhere. Who the hell is accounting for that $10 million? So I want to know if that's the condos that are being built. Right? I really want to know if that is the condos being built for the gas station workers. I want to know if that is what is being built for the gas attendant. And people, let me tell you something. When you have people like Sylvia Cadas who come and comment under these pictures, and she is saying it is better for them to have that Alan Chastanet did nothing. Now let me debunk you, lady. Alan Chastanet and Guy Joseph had vision. Vision. Maybe if the other ministers that were them, though I'm not in that, if all the other ministers had vision like them, maybe they would have still been in office and not be greedy. Sylvia Cadas, what Alan Chastanet did through the housing authority, they got lands, the Talvin estate and wherever else, and they got fresh start to cut through this terrain, this land, to make it doable so people, so that they can build houses, so that people can purchase them. This is what Alan Chastanet and Guy did. Alan Chastanet and Guy and the housing authority did not think of giving the people little plywood houses. There was a proper scheme, 2 of them, for the people of St. Lucia. The man Peter Felicie and his team cut through the terrain to make nice plots for people and for them to build their houses and give people a decent house. When these people need to do number 2, are they going to do it in a nylon bag and throw it next side in the neighbor's house?
Girl, I think we need security inside of here because this ain't it, are you?
One of my YouTubers tell me, so you're killing them. I'm killing them. No, but it's true. I want to know. And people are coming under my post saying, this is better than nothing. But listen, people, and this is what I am here to do, educate you. If a government has $10 million allocated for housing, it must be done properly. Mind you, I understand if this little senior citizen or this young person have their little, 2x4 and the government want to help them, to maybe fix it up, put some windows, put some doors. I okay with that. But to take monies and build rubbish like that means you are mentally ill. Means this is madness. Is that what you're giving people? And sadly, I must say to you, there is a river behind those houses, and we are heading into the hurricane season. It has already started. There is a river behind those houses. It is flood prone. And we are here to clap is your birthday. It ain't about politics. So it tells me that not all my St. Lucian people, but some of my St. Lucian people are willing to accept nothing rubbish from a government. So you see, I am bringing you back down memory lane. Since 1997, they came into office. They did not even help the people in Duga purchase the land. Today, the court order sank in and they had to demolish the houses. But they're running like Batman and Robin to say they are putting people first. Y'all are liars. Y'all are so hot. Y'all are not putting nobody first but your bloody pockets. Y'all are so hot. And this gets me angry to see Lucians sitting down there and buying in on the crap and the nonsense. Right now they are saying, oh, we put in, who y'all put in first? Pure bullshit is going on in this country. And people are, where are the professionals? Where are they? DCA should be able to come out and speak against this thing. How can you build that for somebody? I remember Guy Joseph, let me tell you, kudos to this man. He's my rep and he's going to be my rep again. Guy Joseph. Let me tell you, I remember, because I live in Castries East forever, right? And Castries Southeast. Castries Southeast. And this Bexor place, every time a hurricane, I used to say to my children, at least we shelter, no water, nothing happening to us, no landslide. But we have to remember, because children like bad weather. I don't know why. They like the storms, they like the bad weather, right? I guess the excitement. I said, but we have to remember the people in Bexor and other areas that get flooded. And I always remember these people, their houses, the flood, and I think we had Thomas or one of them and the mess they did. Guy Joseph, in his wisdom, did a lot of work for the people of Bexor. And that flooding is not as large as it used to be. He controlled it, he did something. But you know what? People like lies and deceit. People like, you will tell them, this is a Samsung phone. You would say to them, this is a Samsung phone. They'll say, no, that's an iPhone. That's an iPhone you have there, Pro Max 13. They like lies and deceit. These are the things they like. Lies and deceit. I am here to tell you all the truth. So y'all have to go. When I come and bring the truth to y'all, do not just leave it there. I just promote, like the St. Jude's thing. I drop the bombshells there. I promote it. I'm going to promote this one. Because y'all need to tell people. Y'all need to sit down and tell others about the truth I just show you there. So Alan Chastanet don't have to defend himself about no bloody Duga lands. What he defending himself for? There's nothing for him to defend. You saying there was a cabinet conclusion. My lady, the only thing that can happen now is that this new government find lands, right, for y'all to build and give y'all, title to the land or whatever. But stop blaming people. Stop blaming people for you not showing up in court because you didn't have a lawyer. Stop blaming Alan Chastanet for something that is yours. And let me tell you, the Labour Party like to play on people's emotions. They like to play in the heads of St. Lucian. They are notorious for that. So I want to know what y'all have to say now. I want to know what they have to say now. I tell you, I am here to expose lies and deceit. Because let me tell you, before I came to do this show, I say, okay, so let me look at the various media houses and let me see if they spoke about that situation from the core, from the root. I would give them the benefit of the doubt. They skirt around it. Let me tell you something, St. Lucians, be very careful. Be very careful. Pray and ask that God open your eyes. Pray and ask that God open your eyes. The devil is on a rampage in this country. And God has sent me to you for a season. I'm not always going to be here. God has sent me to you for a season to open up your minds. So you will always remember so and say, okay, yeah, all right. Chastanet saying that. Pierre saying that. Okay, let's get all the facts. Let us see what's going on and for us to make a proper decision. This is how you vote somebody into office. This is how you vote a prime minister. This is how you vote a rep. Now, Uncle Shas, I called Uncle Shas, right? In fact, Uncle Shas called me because I sent him something, he called me. And I spoke to Alan. Alan told me, Saraya, in fact, he called me Susu. He says, Susu, I never promise anybody to pay rent. So what I advise the people is that there is a court order and it's in court already. Move away from those lands, try and get something else, somewhere to live. They said no. Now, I can show you that Alan Chastanet is not lying. Because the lady in the video herself says she not moving. She not moving, and she herself say she's going to build another place after they mash it up at the back or wherever. So if you are not willing to obey the law, if you are not willing to do what's right, who gives you the right to blame Alan Chastanet or anybody else for your demise? Who gives you the right? Who gives you the right to blame him or anybody else? I told y'all I was dropping a bombshell. So y'all will see from now on, get your asses ready for election, because that government is not going to last long, because I'm going to debunk them left, right, and center. And I am getting information from people, credible people, so I can expose their lies and their deceit. And you'll sit there. You'll sit there. Clap, clap, clap. It's your birthday for a government that is uncaring. And Batman, put Batman and Robin back on the screen for me. Batman and Robin flying down to Duga. Batman and Robin flying down to Duga. Oh, we're here for them. Y'all, your SLP party, and I'm happy. I cannot mention names, but let me just tell you, thank you for that information, darling. Thank you. SLP is responsible for that mess, not Alan Chastanet. The same way I told you, Alan Chastanet and Guy, they are not responsible for St. Jude Hospital. St. Lucia Labour Party is responsible. Stevenson, King, Kenny, all of them responsible. Alan Chastanet and Guy, they are not responsible. And somebody who was giving Alan Chastanet and Guy pressure, after they saw my show, changed their minds. I am here to expose the lies and the deceit. So these two, Batman and Robin, should be ashamed going to the people. Now I need to ask a question. Everybody is saying Alan Chastanet should not be Prime Minister of St. Lucia because he was born in Martinique. But I need to find out, I want to know if it is true that Gibeon Ferdinand was also born in Martinique. So if Gibeon Ferdinand was also born in Martinique, then he should not be running from Micoud South. He shouldn't be on anything in government. You see the hypocrisy? You see the hypocrisy? And this is what just drives me insane. The lies, the deceit, the nastiness of our country. It is good for them. You know, it's good for you to steal. But somebody else going and steal, you want to condemn them. I tell y'all, I am here to expose the lies and the deceit. And y'all better sit with your friends and show your friends and tell your friends about what I showed you tonight. So, all the videos they run, I tell you, my people, they were not expecting Soraya Alexander. I was not even expecting myself to be doing this. As I said to you, God gave me this mission. And when he tell me it's time to go, girlfriend, I go. But he gave me that mission. And I came to you tonight all stuffy, voice cracking, everything, you know, but I had to come. He gave me the grace to come to y'all tonight, to show y'all. When you see they come with their coats, you see me, I prefer somebody come to me with their jeans, their little cut-up shirt, and they okay. When they come with their ties and their thing, just beware of them. All of them going with their ties, they going with their suits, and they going to the people. We are here, you are here for them. I have given the truth tonight, and if anybody want to come and debunk me, come and debunk, because you can't debunk me. Because when I come and give you facts, I give you facts. You can't debunk me. No way, no shape, no how. Abu Dede is alone running this country. From the time that you see, everything is Paul Alan Chastanet. Two bad guys say Paul Alan Chastanet. Everything is Alan Chastanet. Everything is Alan Chastanet. Two bad guy Alan Chastanet. Chastanet pit. Your pity, they say Alan Chastanet that making their fat smelling. Right? Two bad guys say Alan Chastanet, Alan Chastanet. Right? Just now, like somebody said, if it start to snow in St. Lucia, they'll say it's Alan Chastanet. Right? Everything they blaming Alan Chastanet. Let me tell you why they blaming Alan Chastanet. You see, y'all, don't get me vexed, y'all flubos. I'm not in your party, but as I said, I lean towards the United Workers' Party. Don't get me vexed and go and put an old leader there. Because let me tell you something. When y'all put that leader there, I come in for that leader. And I come in for Philippe J. Pierre. So right now, I have ammunition coming out all over my body. Licks for everybody. Because I want better for my country. And Alan Chastanet, this guy had vision. This man had vision. And the lies and the deceit saying Alan Chastanet is aggressive and whatever. When Alan Chastanet and I talking, you swear I am his friend. He's so welcoming. We speak. Alan Chastanet is nothing what they told me he was. All right? Alan Chastanet is nothing. When Alan Chastanet talking to me, I heard a Lucian accent coming out from him. The man is just so down to earth. Shas would call me anytime. I would call Shas. We would talk on different stuff. Shas is the thing they say Shas was cursing people when he's talking to people. That's not true. I don't care who vexed, but I am telling you, I need my country to be rescued. And the man I can see that can rescue my country is Alan Chastanet, because you all lie on him. I think God sent me here to expose the lies and deceit, because to go after one man like that, God had to give it to a brave lady to do it. A woman who is fearless, and to go out there and give the truth. I have given you the information tonight. The media in St. Lucia, I am on your case. Because listen to the report. The report is done in such a way that obviously, Alan Chastanet, 5 years. You are Prime Minister. 5 years you're Prime Minister. You do nothing for the people. No. In 1997, when Kenny Anthony won the general election, what was it, people? 16-1? I can't remember. You know, jiggle my memory. I ain't old. When they won 16-1 or whatever, he had all the ducks in the row where he could have acquisition the land, right, for the people, and that story would be no more. So SLP, the nastiness and the roro going on in Duga is as a result of y'all and not Alan Chastanet. Let me tell you, I am so sick and fed up with our media. And let me tell you something, I don't watch news. When all the stations come on, I don't watch news. I don't watch live news. What I do after they have the news, I go research. I go see what they put on different sites, and I come and I debunk the madness, debunk the foolishness. I do a lot of research. God is alive and well. God is alive and well. I am telling you all, my people, we are in trouble. My heart is heavy. My heart is heavy. My heart is very heavy. And as I said, we need to rescue our country. We need to rescue our country. And I think it's June, they have whatever they have, the convention, whatever. Alan Chastanet, I am not voting because I'm not in anybody's party, but Alan Chastanet has my vote. He has my vote. Alan Chastanet is not bad, and I'm glad I got to know this gentleman for myself, and he's a man of honor. And let me tell you, when I really respected Alan Chastanet even more, last week when I had to do my show, Uncle Chas was traveling, and then, you know, he could have said, so I'm traveling, I'm not gonna do the show. You know, he messaged me to say that he would come on the show at 9, but then he came earlier on. We were able to fit him earlier because he got to the hotel earlier. And what they told me about Alan Chastanet is not true. I do not see a white man, I just see a human being. I just see a human being. Now, my people, I will end tonight because, as you hear, I'm very nasal, and I hope you enjoy the show, and I love you. I'll be back on Saturday feeling much better to give you some more information. And be good, love your neighbors, and I love you. Bye.
Expose lies and deceit. Expect us.